So my product that I will be going into further detail about is the Comet, the coastal macroplastic extractor tool. Let me go from the beginning. So in every year, my family visits the coast to enjoy some time off. This is where I got a better awareness of how littered beaches are getting more littered. Every time I walked on the beach to fly kites and spend time with family, I kept being interrupted by all the plastic that I was stepping on. Macroplastics have been becoming a huge concern due to the increased percentages of waste being put into the environment. A researcher found that in nearby beaches, there were on average, out of 12 samples, there was 1,776 pieces of macroplastics that were found in a 3-foot squared area of sand. Several inventions have been made to counteract the amount of waste that have been going into the wild, such as Mark Warden, who made a lightweight mesh screen to filter dry sand. From this, I could see how it was easy to filter dry sand, but this got me thinking, what about wet sand? After researching to understand, after I understood the problem I was dealing with, I researched and reached out to the SOLVE organization who is involved with this subject to get a better idea of their needs and difficulties. The SOLVE Outreach and Communications Director told me about their troubles with large amounts of small plastics washing up on their beaches. We discussed how difficult it was to filter the wet sand since it was more compact. After hearing their needs and concerns, I wanted to come up with an engineering solution to filter macroplastics from wet sand because it is something that has not been looked into much previously, and it will help raise awareness for pollution of our beaches and hopefully help people to join the cause. I began by first making a criteria of the insights that the people that I interviewed from. And then I began to draw some designs of my concept and the layout of my plan. And then I followed this by CADing out my design and constraining it to allow me to understand the correct motion and the testing of the moving of all the different parts. I next wanted to get some bench tests in there so that I could prove aspects of my concept. And just some of those. And after several iterations of my CAD and physical mechanisms and rigorous work, the Comet was born. This stands for the Coastal Macroplastic Extractor Tool. The Comet is split into 3 different parts that include 3D printed, laser cut, bent, and custom made parts that allow it to be made the way it is. The Comet is thought of as a lettuce spinner, and it uses centripetal force to push everything and all the mesh to help it sort macroplastics from sand. It uses a 3-to-1 gearbox, and it uses a lid and a turntable so that it is able to easily be used, and that helps it so that there's more energy efficiency. And it was all made from home, from custom parts, from 3D printed parts, and all that cool stuff. After my testing, I ran into some issues about things being too compact. After some feedback from the SOLVE and friends, I came up with an engineering solution from a water pipe system so that I could help the sand become more fluid. In the future, I am looking forward to helping the SOLVE volunteers to help them with their SOLVE volunteer events, which is my vein users, but there's also industrial design things that I could use for there. This can also be used for a 1 cubic foot by sand and filter from 4 minutes. So this makes it really efficient. And then we have how we have our providing of encouraging coastal and local cleanups and with the comet, and it will help remind people of the sensitivity and the importance of taking care of the environment. This will help lead to cleaner beaches to help people, and the comet will help us enlighten these issues about increased pollution to help spread the awareness of the issues and how they can help. If you want to help, it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what you look like. We are here and we are all working towards the same goal. So what now? So the deed has been done. The trash that we have used has already been out there and is being washed up on our beaches. But what we can do is we can make a difference by using our time to help the beaches become more cleaner and help this world become a better place. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy this.